Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Coded Sub. In the earlier video section, we have gone through some important concept regarding SQL and database and RDBMS concept. So today we'll be discussing into deep into the basic categorization like DDL, DML, DCL, TCL. So I have written few notes for your future reference, which we'll be updating in the description section. So this Martha basically will be focusing on the interview concept. So what are the interview concepts that are asked for the campus level placement? So this video is also for the beginner series. So now let's start with the video, and we'll explain you in detail like what is SQL, what is the purpose of it, why it is used for, and then we'll be going into the basic SQL syntax, and then we'll be doing some hands-on regarding our SQL commands that we went through, like basically targeting the DDL, DML, and then in the later parts, the advanced topic income will be focusing on the transaction query language and the our D means basically data control language. So this will be covering up in the transaction control language and the data control language. So now let's focus on the things, and which will be this notes will be updating in the comment section. You can keep it for your reference. So guys, let's start the day 2 about the SQL and its basic commands. So what is SQL? So if someone is in layman language ask you what is SQL and why it is used. So SQL is actually the name full form is structured query language. But why it is used? If we say, the perfect answer will be managing and manipulating the relational databases. So what is relational databases? I have explained in the previous video. Go through it in detail, so then you'll be able to understand. Now what it does, basically CRUD operation. So most of us developers have went through this concept, that what is a CRUD: create, retrieve, update and delete in a database. So this is the other thing that we can answer. So if someone asks that what does the SQL basically used for, so allows user, as an end user, I can create, I can retrieve, I can update and I can delete. So for which data interact, so for which database do we interact? So we interact for databases like MySQL, SQL Server, PostgreSQL, and others. Now, if you tell me what are the SQL commands, and select, insert, update, delete, and there are many more commands are there. Today our target, so I'll explain you about the categorization of the language in detail first, and then we'll be going into the detail about the DDL and DML today. So in the first part I'll be covering the DDL, and today itself in the second part we'll be covering regarding the our DML concept. So DDL, let's focus on the DDL first, and so I'll be giving a glimpse about what does this DDL, DML, DCL, TCL does. So please make sure you keep these notes in a point, note down the points, so because I've shortened it up for your understanding and for your clarification. So now start with the DDL. I'll start with the DDL. So our first target is to create. Without creating, how can we use this statement? So see, first we'll use the DDL. What is the purpose of it? The name will suggest the what is the purpose of it. DDL, data definition language. So but what it will define the data? Okay, it will define the data. So what does this mean? Does this mean? How can you define the data? This might be the question that will be appearing in your mind. So in this way we can create the data using commands like create. You can use the command like alter, you can create the command like drop. These are the several commands that you can use. So create, the name suggests the create, as a layman you can understand it. So SQL is initial DDL, so you can easily understand it by saying the understanding that create, it will create a new database object. Database object, what do you mean by database object? Like table, like index, like view. This thing you can create. Alter, alter, the name itself suggests alters the thing or modify the thing. We say, when you say alter, we replace the thing, we modify the thing. right? So this will modify the existing database object. Suppose if your name that you have inserted, suppose if your age has, if you have created already a table, so table syntax will come how to create a table. It's suppose if you have created a table name using student, but that should be a teacher's name, okay? So but there are something that are also mismatched inside it, like your data types and those things, and many things are mismatched. So we'll basically do what? So we'll alter the table, alter the table name, then alter the things, and then it will work. So this is a query that will modify the existing database object, whatever it may be. So it will modify your existing database object, so that you understand it from it. Drop. Drop means what? Drop the database object. Drop. It's not that drop which you stay technically. It drop means it will delete the database. So there is will not have that database object anymore here. So this is the purpose of the DDL, data definition language. So hope it is clear for you all guys. So now we'll be focusing on the thing like DML. So DML means manipulate. It will manipulate with your data, play around your data. It will play around. So like you have created it. Acha. Now you want to retrieve, suppose you are a student of class 9. So we'll go into that class 9 database, or you are a student of college final year, or you are an employee. So you want to check that is what are the things that are assigned to you, or what is your say, so if the organization wants to check what are the things that are assigned to you, or what are the subjects that are assigned to you, or what are the means what is the marks that you have got. So several things we can take. So what we'll do, we'll basically select the things from your registered ID. So ID is unique thing which is everyone have in your organization level. Everyone individually have their own ID. In student level, everyone have their roll number, a registration number whatsoever, and even in the college thing, that remains the same. So in that way you can manipulate. So if someone inserts your college in the first year, if someone means basically takes an admission, so what we'll do, we'll insert that new person into a database. After the final year, we'll delete the records we'll basically we may delete that person's record from the database. We may or may not. So we can do that, or we may not. So update. So suppose if you have passed the first year, we'll be going to the second year. So now if you're maintaining a database, so we'll basically update that. Okay, this is the student earlier was studying in the first year, now got passed, now promoted to the second year. So now in the database it will be showing that you are a student of second year. Earlier, suppose you are an associate, basically associate level you are working, now you are promoted to a senior level or a manager level. So that will be given as a, in the employee, that will be given as a manager. So that we have to using the update command. These are the several aspects that how we use this data manipulation language. So manipulating the data is the purpose of this data manipulation language. Now very now this two advanced concept. So like this two will be coming into future use. Now how to do this, so this is also quite important. Data control language. So user, I've written it in short that it will provide you the user access rights to a database, and revoke chain. I'll be basically take the access from you. I'll be taking the access, remove user access rights. Suppose if you are newly joined to our portal. So suppose anyone's come any college, XYZ college. So XYZ college will provide you the facilities for a digital library. So what they'll do, they'll grant you the access. Ocha, this is the store XYZ have joined our organization. Okay, he has been given the granted this access for this digital library. When you'll come out, when you'll basically leave the organization or leave that college, so it will revoke that thing from you. It will remove the user right. So grant and revoke, this is the concept in detail. So layman's term, if I tell you, so this is the grant and revoke. So now TCL, transaction control language. Transaction, it controls your transaction. Commit, so roll back. Save point. Commit means what? Commit, you must have aware of it, right? Commit, it will save the changes that you have made during your transaction. And rollback, it will revert the changes that you made during your transaction. In short term, undo the changes. And save point is basically, acha, this is the point, I'll create this point for the rollback, this point to this point I require it. Suppose you have already deleted something, save, okay, so you'll just basically roll back. Okay, acha, I require this part, I require this part. Okay, so in layman term, if I tell, I'll create this point. Okay, from here I want it. So you'll basically save point means that create it will point for rollback. So this will create a point for the rollback. So in so upcoming videos we'll be covering this concept like DCL and TCL. So now let's get deep dive into jump into the creating a database. So hope it is clear for you all guys. So as a layman term, I tried explaining you the concept. So if you have any more detail, please update us in the comment section. We'll be adding more examples to it so that in the upcoming videos so that you get this concept into more detail. So now let's dive deep into the creating a database. So how do we create a database? So how do we create a database? So what is the command that we use to create a database? So okay, so I'll show you the syntax first. Create database, and now then we'll give the name. Okay, so like database name. So database name, database, and then name. So in this way we'll create a database. So now let's create it. Try creating one. Suppose if we have to create a database of the name coders hub, so we'll create a database. So now let's create a database of that name first. So let's start here. So now sorry create create database coders. Suppose I give it at GHI, I'll give it the name. So will it create the database? Complete commands completed successfully. So that means I am already created. So now how to use this database? So using this database, so use database coders ghi. I'll use this. So coders ghi. So this is the command that we basically give it here. So I'll give it the here like for your note, so you can use it here for future purpose. So create, so what we'll do here, use this one, and you can see we'll use this, use coders ghi. So will it work? Let's see. Commands completed means we are coders ghi, it got updated. Now a question might come that you might ask me, so can we drop this database or can you delete this database when you are already inside into this database? So the answer is no. Why no? I'll show you. You will get the update, you'll get the command in the messages section. Like so what is the command that you use for drop database, drop database coders ghi. So will it drop it according to you? So will it drop? So let's see, let's find out. So now we'll give here for the drop database coders ghi. So now we'll see where you can drop it. Cannot drop the database because it is currently in use. So we cannot, so note, we cannot drop a database, we cannot drop a database when it is in use, when it is in use. Okay, so we cannot drop a database when it is in use. So now can we update it? Can we update it? So this is the question. So so think about it for 2 minutes. Can we update it? If we cannot drop a database when it is in use, can we update it? Can we rename a database when it is in use. So if yes, then why? If yes, then why? And if not, then if yes but no, then why? Okay, so first let's see. So can we do or not? So now our name is coders ghi. So I'll basically alt as I said you alter. Okay, so alter database. Sorry, database. So what is the name of our database? Coders ghi. Coders ghi will basically modify the name with coders 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 ert coders. So let's see. Okay, has been set. Means yes, we can. So now tell me, according to you, guess it once and let us know in the comment section that why we can rename a database when it is in use, but we cannot drop a database, right? So please let us know that in the comment section, and in the upcoming video we'll cover the reason for it, that why we can use it. So this is the basically like we have used its functionalities for creating, alter and dropping a database. So hope it is clear till this section of it. So now we'll see that what are the data will interesting fact will show you here, that what are the databases that are actually uh, here, like see, like the we'll basically find out the database that are present in this. So earlier we are using, so like coders hub. Suppose if we have if we want to create another database into this coders ghi. So now we'll create another database. So let's create another database of the name coders coder coder sam. So let's create it and let's use it. Okay, it's already exists. So coder sam, let me change this one, coder sam. So this is our database. So we'll basically do what? We will select so name, select name from our database coders ghi. So we'll see from it, like select name from coders ghi. So like if you want to get the what are the databases that are present in our system, so sys dot databases. So particularly we'll check for what are the databases that are present in our system. So we'll show you sys dot databases. Okay, select name from sys dot databases. So we'll check it. So what are the name that are present here? So these are the different kinds of databases that are present here. So in this way we can figure out, and there is other thing, there's an interesting thing, like if you want to check that what are the databases that are present within this system, we'll be able to get to know. Or else there is an other way as well. So we basically exec one the stored proc, like exec sp underscore so databases. So this is an additional concept that I covered for your interesting things like that I wanted to cover here. For the basic at the beginners level, here you will see the, okay, so this is the thing that will be cover here, like we have 28 here, and if we see here, so we'll also have like 28 here, coder sam, coder ert. See, you have already inserted this coder sam, coder ert, coder ghe. Now I'll basically, for my future reference, I'll drop my database. For the time being, drop database coder sam, coder sam. I'll drop my database. So you can play around it in this way, like creating database, dropping the database, updating the database, and here. So this concludes with the DDL concept 1, creating a database. In the upcoming video we'll be focusing on creating a table, and then how to play around with the table. We'll focus on the TML concepts. Before going to that detail, let's provide you with some interview related questions from this concept. So which are the most important things and the thing that can be asked. So let's provide you the interview questions. So how do you verify that a database has been created? So I have already told you that we can verify it using this like select name from the system database. After you create the database, you'll see the name here, else you can exec this sp underscore databases. So here you'll be able to find out that what are the databases. Okay, and what is the difference between this create database and this is something that you need to research, and then in the upcoming videos we'll discuss that what is the basic difference between the create database and a create database as a copy of. So this is an interesting question, so go through these things in detail, and then we'll be summing up with the things that we have covered, and with the new interesting concepts like DML we'll be covering in the next video. Stay tuned for more updates. Do like, do subscribe. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.